Shalom, shalom. I want to give all the praise, all the glory, all the honor unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakah Kodash. Double honors goes out to the elder apostles of Great Millstone for teaching me the truth. Also want to acknowledge all the Akyam who are pushing the truth with sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. And shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel. This is the brother Shabai from the GMS Denver camp. And I'm going to read Isaiah 13 and break it down in this lesson. Starting at the top, it says, "The burden of Babylon, which Isaiah the son of Amos did see." All right, in Babylon, America, it's talking about. It says, "Lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain. Exalt the voice unto them. Shake the hand, that they may go into the gates of the nobles." All right. And the banner, another word for a banner is ensign, right? So the banner are the prophets that are out on the street corners teaching. And upon the high mountain, that's, well, the highest mountain is dealing with the governing body of Israel, which is, I'm not talking about those Israelis. I'm talking about the true Israelites who are waking up, coming up out of our graves, right? And it starts out with the prophets. We are that banner. We're that ensign. Okay, it says here, "Exalt the voice unto them, shake the hand." Okay, the phone had a chime on that. But we lift up our voices, right, when we're out there teaching. Just like Isaiah 58:1, it tells you to lift your voice up like a trumpet. It says that they may go into the gates of the nobles, okay? And the way we go into the gates of the nobles is because these wicked elite, they see all the videos that the brothers are posting. All right? They see the prophets on the streets. They see, they see the whole manifestation of the Israelites standing on our feet. Namely the prophets, okay? So this is how we go into the gates of the nobles. It says, verse 3, "I have commanded my sanctified ones," which are the prophets. "I have also called my mighty ones for mine anger," which those are the angels, what you call UFOs, the chariots. Because the angels are the ones who are manning those chariots. "Even them that rejoice in my highness, the noise of a multitude in the mountains, like of a great people, a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together. Yahweh of hosts mustereth the host of the battle." Okay, and that word mustereth, it goes into appoint. Okay, so Yahweh he's appointing the host of the battle. I mean, he's rounding up he's raising up the prophets standing on our feet, and at the same time the chariots, they're being appointed for World War III. Okay, because when everything starts to pop off, when Esau, Edom, and all the nations start to shoot missiles at each other, which Russia is going to be the one who shoots the missiles at, and the phone chimed on that. Russia is going to be the first one to shoot missiles at Babylon, America, which Russia is a very powerful nation with nuclear capabilities. All right. Verse 5, "They come from a far country, from the end of heaven, even Yahweh, and the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land." Okay. So it's talking about the chariots, but also those nuclear missiles are going to be part of the indignation of Yahweh. Okay, and indignation goes into righteous hatred, righteous judgment, and that's what America is going to receive. It's going to receive a righteous judgment when this place gets judged, and Yahweh Hashem Yoshai destroys it. It's going to be, righteous judgment. It's going to be a judgment that is well deserved. Okay. Verse 6, "Howl ye, for the day of Yahweh is at hand. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty." Okay. So when the destruction comes, who's going to come from? It's going to come from Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai. Okay? The spirit of Yahweh is going to be in those nuclear missiles. Because you got to remember, it tells you in Hebrews, let's see, these are 12. Yeah, Hebrews 12 and 29. For our power, Yahweh, is a consuming fire. Okay? So the spirit of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, is going to be inside those missiles. Okay? Go back to Isaiah 13. Verse 7. Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt. Okay, you're going to have people who are, they're going to literally faint, and their heart, meaning their mind, it's going to be blown. Their mind is going to be melted, all right, to the point where you're going to have people that just die of heart attacks, just at the sight of the destruction, the sight of the missiles, the sight, and obviously the impact of the missiles is going to kill a lot of people. As it is written, the slain of Yahweh shall be many. Okay? They shall be afraid. Pangs and sorrows shall take hold of them. They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth. They shall be amazed at one at another. Their faces shall be as flames. Okay, so these people that are not going to have, salvation, that are not going to, because you have to understand, while, before these missiles hit Babylon, America, the elect is going to be gathered up in the chariots, what you call UFOs, and they're going to be hidden in the chambers of those chariots until the Lord's indignation is passed, until his righteous judgment is executed. If the Lord's will, I'm in that number. I'm in part of the elect that receive salvation, which literally, I always tell you, salvation, it means being delivered from the molestation of your enemies. Okay? But the elect are going to be beamed up in the chariot, and we're actually going to witness the destruction from the chariot. Actually, I have my screensaver on my phone is an image depicting that happening. You see how America is on fire right there? You see Yahushai, you see the elect. They're all celebrating in the chariot. Because why? Because they were delivered scarcely in the nick of time when the missiles hit America, aka Babylon. All right. So, and let me grab this real quick. Isaiah, is it 26 and 20? Yeah, this is it right here. Isaiah 26 and 20. Come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers, and shut thy doors about thee. Hide thyself as it were for a little moment, until the indignation be overpast. Okay? For behold, Yahweh cometh out of his place to punish the inhabitants of the earth for their iniquity. The earth also shall disclose her blood, and shall no more cover her slain. So this is the picture again. This is the Israelites, the elect of Israel, rejoicing inside the chamber of the chariot, witnessing America being burned with fire. Revelation tells you that the whore shall be burned with fire. Okay, the great whore. And this is us hiding ourselves from the indignation, from the righteous judgment, which is righteous because Yahweh is going to judge this place righteously, because this place is a wicked ass place. It's a wicked society. It's nothing but abominations are on this place. The people are proud. The women want to be men. The men want to be women. You can go on and on about how wicked this place is. But the ones who kept it real, who kept the laws, they repented in Yahweh B'Shem Yoshai, this is a depiction of those people. All right? And again, even when we look at this image, it sells us short because we don't have the true depiction of what our bodies are going to look like, because we're going to get those new bodies, but this is just a representation showing you that the Israelites, the elect, inside the chariot of Yahushai. And again, just looking at that Babylon America on fire, okay? All right, Isaiah 13 and 9. Behold, the day of Yahweh cometh cruel, both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it. Okay, when America is on fire, all the sinners, all the people who, they were okay with all the abominations that this place has to offer. They didn't want to, stand up for the truth. They didn't want to repent, which really it's the Israelites, are the only ones who can repent. But the heathen, the 2/3, they're going to be part of that destruction. So when I say 2/3, we always tell you 2/3 of our own people will be destroyed in that nuclear fire, and it's because they don't repent. They took on the lifestyle, the mindset, the ways of the heathen, okay? So, hey, when Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai visit the earth, like it says, he comes out of his place, like we just read in Isaiah 20 or 26 and 20. When Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai comes out of his place and visits this place, you're gonna wish you had been repented if you're an Israelite. You're gonna sit there. It tells you in Proverbs, let's get it real quick, Proverbs 5 and 10, I believe. 5 and 11, it says, and thou mourn at the last, when thy flesh and thy body are consumed. And consuming means, with fire. Typically, the word consume means destroyed by fire. Verse 12, and say, how have I hated instruction, and my heart despised reproof. And this is the 2/3 of our people. They're going to be thinking this in the fire, in the nuclear fire, while they're melting away, while they're, being put to death. These are the thoughts that are going to cross their mind. Like, why did I hate instruction? Why didn't I listen to those dudes on the street corner? Why was I laughing at them? Why was I mocking them? Why was I trying to represent Cracker Jesus when I could have repented in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai? These are all the thoughts that are going to be going through their head. And my heart despised reproof, and have not obeyed the voice of my teachers, nor inclined mine ear to them that instructed me. See that? So the majority of our people, they're going to be in a regretful mindset, being burnt up while their flesh and their body is being consumed. Again, look at that fire. Look at America on fire. 2/3 of our people are going to be stuck on that burning country, wishing they would have listened to the prophets, wishing they would have believed the prophets, wishing, that they had salvation. Like, man, I didn't listen to those guys. I thought they were a bunch of racists. I thought they were I thought they lost their mind, right? But no. Oh, shit. So like, yeah. But no, we have the truth. There's no reason for 144,000 men of Israel to lie about what's happening on the earth right now. We're telling you, we're giving you a fair warning. Matter of fact, it's Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai using us to give you a warning to the destruction that's coming. Okay? And you think that America's going to thrive here in the future? You think there's no threat of nuclear war? You think that, the countries will all work out their differences? But that's not what prophecy says. Prophecy says this place will be destroyed. And the book tells you, the Bible tells you, the prophecies are faithful and true. Okay? So let's get through this chapter. Isaiah 13 Isaiah 13. It says, Behold, the day of Yahweh cometh, cruel both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it. For the stars of heaven and the constellations thereof shall not give their light. The sun shall be darkened in his going forth, and the moon shall not cause her light to shine. Okay, because if you understand how nuclear missiles, when they make impact and detonate on the ground, they create well, you see the big mushroom cloud, and that mushroom cloud is basically a mixture of just the explosion, the earth, the dirt flying up in the air. So you're not, when a nuclear missile hits a country or an area, you can't see the sun, you can't see the stars, because of all that earth that's uprooted out of the ground, right? It's a huge impact, and you can't see the sun, you can't see the stars, all right? Verse 10, for the stars of heaven, I just read that. Verse 11, and I will punish the world for their evil, and the wicked for their iniquity, and I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. Okay, so that's kind of what I've been talking about, how these wicked ass people, the haughty ass, proud ass people, men and women that are in a wicked mindset, you want to sit here and tell the prophets that they're devils and they're demons and they're racists, and you want to show all kinds of hate to the prophets who are speaking uprightly, but yet you're going to give a green pass to all these transgenders, these homosexuals, all these different abominations walking around about the earth. You give them a green pass. Matter of fact, we're in June. They gave them a whole fucking month to celebrate wickedness. You see, the Most High is not cool with that, and you might not care right now, but you're gonna have a change of mind, but it's gonna be too late when your body's being consumed with nuclear fire, like I just read in Proverbs. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. All right, and the man it's talking about is the elect man. Okay, a man of Israel who has repented, who has came to the, repented. You come in the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. This is actually going to happen during Jacob's trouble before the destruction, where the man of Israel, that one that has the stability because he has wisdom, he's going to be more precious than fine gold. Gold is a precious metal. The word precious, it means rare. So the men that have the understanding are going to be more precious than fine gold. Okay? Because we're going to have the stability when everybody else is losing their mind. Because before the destruction is Jacob's trouble. And you're going to see all kinds of madness and chaos and ravishing of women. You're going to see murders on a high level. It's going to be anarchy. There's going to be all kinds of shit happening, and if you don't have Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, you won't be able to abide in that day. Okay, Isaiah, 33:6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and the strength of salvation. The fear of Yahweh is his treasure. And the men who are fearing Yahweh Hashem Yahushai right now are the prophets, and the elect are going to listen to the prophets, and they're going to be like, I need to repent out of fear. Okay? Because and you believe and you understand what's going to happen if you don't repent. You see the destruction, you see the fire. That's just an image, but people they might laugh at it right now, but they did the same thing during Noah's time. Okay? People were laughing at Noah when he was building the ark. And they had, for those of you who don't know, it had never rained. So when Noah was saying the Lord was going to flood the earth, people were like in disbelief. They laughed, they mocked. They're like, what do you mean? It has never even rained. How's the earth going to flood? Well, that's the same thing with these nuclear missiles. No one's ever experienced a nuclear battle. That's never happened on the planet Earth. And then nobody's going to believe it until it happens, you see, except for the elect. The elect are going to have the faith, and their souls are prepared to receive the truth and receive understanding to the point where they repent and say, you know what, I'm going to change my ways. I'm going to do the right thing. If you're an Israelite, I'm going to call on Yahweh B'Shem Yoshai. I'm going to teach my family about Yahweh B'Shem Yoshai. I'm going to instill, the fear of Yahweh B'Shem Yoshai in my family to the best of your ability, right? Because even the elect is preordained. So if your kids are not part of the elect, your kids might be destroyed in the nuclear fire. If you have wicked children that don't listen, or wicked children who are atheists or whatever, this place offers our children so many different wicked routes and wicked ways to live that, a lot of your children, a lot of your family members are not going to be of the elect. You will get them back in the kingdom, and they'll be raised up in righteousness in the kingdom. But, a lot of our family members, we always tell you, are going to be destroyed right along with the wicked, the heathen, right? And that's the chief wicked nation is Esau Edom, the so-called white man, okay? The son of perdition, right? Meaning the son of destruction. That's why the Lord put it in his spirit to learn and to devise the waster, was called in the Bible, which is the actual waster is the nuclear missiles. Why? Because they waste everything away. Everything's going to be wasted away because of Esau Edom's blessing, which is the sword. Okay, his modern day sword is his nuclear missile. Okay. And it shall be as the chased roe, and as a sheep that no man taketh up, they shall every man return to his own people, and flee everyone into his own land. Everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. Okay, and the sword, like I told you, is the nuclear missile. That's the modern day sword. In the ancient world, battles were fought with swords, but we're in a modernized nuclear era, and this is the sword that it's talking about. That's going to be, World War III is going to be fought with nuclear missiles. Verse 16, their children also shall be dashed into pieces before their eyes. Their houses shall be spoiled and their wives ravished. Okay, you're going to have, this is again going into Jacob's trouble. Okay, you could read about Jacob's trouble in Jeremiah, the 30th chapter, the 7th verse. This is what it is. Children being destroyed right in front of them. Their houses being spoiled, meaning your neighbor's going to take your goods for a lack of provisions, a lack of necessities, right? Your wives are going to be raped. That's what that word ravished means. Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. And the Medes is represents the Russians, all right? Because if you look at an ancient map, the Medes were in the same geographical, I don't know how you say that word, geography on the map. Excuse me. It would be the same place as modern day Russia. Okay, the ancient map would show the Medes. Their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of their womb. Their eyes shall not spare children. Okay. And what are those bows? Those are talking about nuclear missiles. And Babylon, which is America, the glory of kingdoms, they call, glory means beautiful. They call America the beautiful. That's one of her monikers, okay? The beauty of the Chaldees. Chaldees goes into sorcery. All right, the Chaldeans were sorcerers in the ancient world. And this, what Babylon America is basically the modern day Chaldeans, okay? Or Chaldeans, however you want to say it. The beauty of the Chaldees, excellency, okay? shall be as when the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. Okay, and we know that Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed with fire, sulfur, right? The same thing is going to be the same. America has the same fate as Sodom and Gomorrah. And remember, Sodom and Gomorrah was like a mini America, because that's what Sodom means. To you sodomize someone means you're giving it to them from behind, right? That's what a sodomite. When you hear the word sodomite, it's talking about somebody who takes someone else from behind, okay, sexually. So that's what this place is known for. You can do that here in America. You can be a man and marry another man, and that's what they do to each other. They sodomize each other, and this place is okay with it. You know, this is how wicked this place is. Okay, this place will embrace sodomites, but it will hate the men of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, the men who are speaking uprightly, the men who are speaking the truth. You hate us more than you hate these sodomites, and that's ass backwards in the eyes of Yahweh. So that's one of the big reasons why this place has to be destroyed and burned with fire. It shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation. Neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there, neither shall the shepherds make their fold there. And that word Arabian, it goes back to nomad, which a nomad is somebody who just travels everywhere from place to place, and basically dwells wherever they can, right? That's what a nomad is. That's what that word Arabian, it goes back to being a nomad. Neither shall the shepherds make their fold there, but wild beasts of the desert shall lie there, and their houses shall be full of doleful creatures, and the owls shall dwell there, and satyrs shall dance there. Okay, so unclean animals. That's once the fire, is because you got to understand, nuclear fire burns for a long ass time. They have nuclear batteries, which those type of batteries, if you have a nuclear battery, that thing don't never have to be charged. That's how long nuclear energy is long lasting, right? And that's how that fire is going to be. But once the fire recedes, you're going to have all these wild beasts that are going to be the only thing dwelling in Babylon, America. And in verse 22, and the wild beasts of the islands shall cry in their desolate houses, and dragons in their pleasant palaces, and her time is near to come, and her days shall not be prolonged. All right, so America's days are winding down, okay? Because this is Bible prophecy. Everything that in this book is going to come to pass, whether you believe it or not, whether you like it or not, whether you believe it or not, it does not matter. Only thing that matters is what's written in the Holy Scriptures, okay? And you don't have to believe it, but when it happens, you have no choice to believe it. So with that, I want to give all the praise, all the glory, all the honor unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kodash. Double honors goes out to the elder apostles of Great Millstone for teaching me the truth. Also want to acknowledge all the Akim who are pushing this truth with sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. Shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel. Shalom.